All right, Coach, we touched on this a little bit last night with Spencer Dole, but kind of just guys coming in when they get opportunities, kind of be ready for that moment. How happy are you as a coach to kind of have a dugout full of guys kind of ready for that moment and excited for that opportunity?
Yeah, it's something we haven't been able to do as much as I'd like to on the season. With we have quite a few midweek games getting canceled. And we've talked about that kind of all year, where it's been frustrating, I think, for quite a few guys with limited opportunities. Just a weird weather year, kind of, and it's been frustrating. We had it, I know, a few times early where we talked about guys being ready for opportunities and how proud we were of guys coming through in those spots. And last night was certainly another good example of that, where you have Spencer Dahl, who has just a real big night and kind of carried us to a win. TJ Galenti gets an at-bat and gets a hit. Charlie Doubt gets an at-bat, gets a hit. A couple pitchers that hadn't thrown in a while. It's always awesome to see Jacob Banks on the mound and healthy, ball coming out of his hand. Awesome last night. He looked really good. Those are guys who haven't had tons of opportunities, but were ready for the opportunity and did a good job last night with them.
As you kind of enter the home stretch here, kind of the age-old adage, everyone's maybe hurting this time of year, kind of the end of the season, and maybe a little bit fatigued. Do you change the practice plan a little bit, or kind of what do the next few weeks look like as we wrap up the regular season?
Same, yeah. I mean, I think our guys are built for this. This is what we worked on since the fall, and honestly for a few years now. But to be ready for the end of the season, and we talk about it a little bit, and we've mentioned it in the past. But how you start is interesting, and you can kind of see what kind of team you got. But how you finish is a definition of how tough you are as a group, and that's what I think is our biggest strength this year. So I'm excited to watch how we finish, but. No, I don't think there's going to be a ton of foot off the gas pedal right now. I think we are entering the home stretch. I think it's easy to come to the field every day, and I think our guys are eager to keep working for it. Your
offense has continued to grow and improve kind of all year. When you look back at maybe the beginning of the year, what's the difference in the confidence maybe in the guys when they come up to the plate?
Well, I think we talked about it a lot. I don't think it's a surprise that we're clicking right now offensively. It was something that we were working towards all year, and you'd see glimpses of it. You'd see parts of it. We have changed quite a bit offensively this year, and I think it just took some guys some time to feel comfortable with what our approach is and what it needs to be. But I think that's what you're seeing. It's getting close to that 9-guy machine where every guy is fighting an approach and really doing an awesome job with what they're good at and making it really tough for a pitcher, because we've got a wide spectrum of ability with some of our hitters and what they're good at and what some of their weaknesses are. But when we can stick to an approach, not to say that the approach is the same 1 through 9, but when each guy can stick to their approach, we make it very, very difficult for the pitcher to have any success, especially in consecutive batters. And I think that's what we saw last night, where we didn't have a big inning, but we had a bunch of one-run innings, and that's why we were able to win that game, and I think it's why our offense is pretty good right now.
On the other side of things, your starting pitching has been really good too. Do you kind of think that those two kind of feed off each other, the offense and the defense, of you having the confidence of the pitchers and then kind of going out knowing they don't have to score a bunch of runs some days and kind of just feeding off each other?
I think everything starts on the mound. I think those guys set the tempo for us for the game, the inning, the weekend. Those guys do a big job, and they're doing a really good job right now of setting that tempo. Gus Graham obviously was awesome last week, and I think that gave all the hitters a lot of confidence to see how off balance he was keeping guys. Same thing with Zach Spears. Spencer Mraz battled his tail off for us on Friday night, and I think we've got a lot of confidence in every guy we throw on the mound that they're going to give us a really good chance to keep us in a game. And I think the pitchers feel the same way. As long as they can keep us in a game, our offense is so good and so dynamic and so many different guys that can hurt you, that I think we're going to break through, even if it's tough at the beginning. We saw that in the OU games where we had guys in scoring position didn't get the big hit, guys in scoring position didn't get the big hit. But we're going to keep putting pressure on the team, putting pressure on the other team, and eventually we're going to break through and have that big inning. And so far, that's kind of been the recipe for most of our wins.
All right, best of luck this weekend, Coach.
Yeah, thank you.